You have me? Okay, I have not heard about this. This is the first time I'm hearing about a lawsuit against FromSoft because of their DLC. So, Bridget, I don't know. I know nothing about this, so I am curious. I am curious. So let us check this out. Hang on. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, I shrunk. Get bigger. Get big. All right. Now, is OBS going to work for me? There we go. Okay. Let's check this out. I have no idea what it's for. We're going to find out. And I'm probably going to be calling someone stupid a lot. But that's okay. Let's find out.
Player sues over Elden Ring's alleged hidden content, game's difficulty. What? Yes, that's a real sentence that was written, that I just read to you, and that you just heard. And yes, the lawsuit is real. What the f- On the 26th of July of 2024, a 4chan thread was created by the self-named user Nora Kizaragi, stating that...
Okay, hang on. Let me read through this. Only 2 months remain starting the base. September 25th, 2024 is when Bandai Namco Games enters court for... Wait. Bandai Namco? They're suing Bandai Namco, not FromSoft? Okay. For hearing in my Elden Ring lawsuit that claims we have only played half of FromSoft's games, and a whole new game is hidden inside, and that it's too hard to access for even the most dedicated fans. In less than 2 months, you will be forced to realize game devs cater to crazy people because they have courage that you don't, to explore the unknown world. You'll be forced to realize hackers have been lying to you telling you content is cut when it's actually undiscovered. Look up the docket number for updates. Okay, so this guy is claiming that content is hidden. What? You'll be forced to realize hackers have been lying to you when telling you content is cut. Okay. You'll be forced to realize game devs cater to crazy people because they have courage that you don't. Huh?
Chan thread was created by the self-named user Nora Kizaragi, stating that in 2 months an Elden Ring lawsuit would occur, as he is suing From Software over allegations of hidden content behind a barrier of impenetrable difficulty. His initial post in the thread reads as follows.
September 25th, 2024 is when Bandai Namco Games enters court for a hearing in my Elden Ring lawsuit that claims we have only played half of From Software's games and a whole new game is hidden inside.
Well, I mean, Taurus, I've heard that a lot of, like, snowflakes have been pissing and moaning and whining that Elden Ring's DLC is too hard. Like, that they've been, they've been pissing and moaning about there needs to be an easy mode. I think some game journalists have been saying it too. Like, it's fucking Elden Ring. It's a Souls game. Yeah, get good, fucker. If it's too hard for you, don't play. You know, the entire purpose of a Souls game is it is absolutely fucking brutal. Souls games are, like, that is their nature. They are brutal.
And that it's too hard to access for even its most dedicated fans. In less than 2 months, you will be forced to realize
hang on, what was that little
lawsuit that claims we have only played half of From Software's games and a whole new game is hidden inside, and that it's too hard to access for even its most dedicated.
I'm trying to figure out what he's saying here.
It's supposed to be harder than the base game. Most games actually increase difficulty with DLCs.
Yeah. Either increase difficulty or add new content. So is this, I'm trying to figure out, is this saying that 50% of players have found this quote-unquote hidden content? Is that what this is supposed to be saying here? Too hard to access. Okay. So, From what I'm looking at, this is saying that 50% of players have defeated this.
To access
What? I accidentally slowed it down. Whoopsie.
for even its most dedicated fans. In less than 2 months, you will be forced to realize game devs cater to crazy people because they have
That's what it
courage
sounds like,
that
Shadowclaw.
you don't,
That's what it
to
sounds like.
explore the unknown world. You will be forced to realize hackers have been lying to you, telling you content is cut when it's actually just undiscovered.
No offense, my man, but I think the only crazy one here is you. We are all familiar with cut content, right? It's not a strange practice for game companies to leave unused assets in...
I mean, what is it? Pirate Software's game. Oh, the name of his game escapes me, unfortunately. But the game that Pirate Software put out? Hardbound. Thank you, Pactra. Sora has flat out said, you will never discover all of the content that they've put into Heartbound. He has flat out said that. He flat out said, you will not be able to discover all of the content that is in Heartbound. He thinks there's an actual game in there that no one has found yet? Well, okay. Let's find out.
The game's files. Many data miners in the community have already showcased lots of these files, with channels like Zully the Witch, for example, being one of the biggest. It's simply content that, for whatever reason, did not make it into the final release of the game. We all remember the infamous Fear's undergarments, right? Part of the Deathbed set, Deathbed Smalls is currently unobtainable in the game, and in the past...
Give me my deathbed panties. I want my deathbed panties. And no, I've never played Elden Ring, but I just like saying that. No, big dog, it's not spicy, because it ain't a thong. If it was a thong, that'd be different.
Having it in your inventory would outright ban you. A Reddit user even made a thread discussing his experience with the item. Someone dropped it for him, and sometime later he got this message on the main menu.
Unauthorized tampering with the game has been detected. We've detected unauthorized tampering with the game from your account. If any unauthorized tampering with the game is detected, a quarantine penalty of 180 days, such as legally enhancing parameters, acquiring runes, or altering deemed behavior is violation of terms of service. Continue play the game while tampering with the game. You will be penalized. Oh my. Oh my.
He got soft banned. After contacting From Software regarding this issue, the team
Well,
acknowledged that the item was considered modified data, which caused his ban. The item did exist in the game's files, but it was supposed to be inaccessible on purpose, with no in-game way of obtaining it. This is relevant to this case because it proves that cut content is not some super guarded secret. It's just that. Content that didn't make it into the...
Big dog? It's a thong or it's not. Accept no substitutes.
final game for whatever reason, and that can be data mined by people or obtained via illicit methods. This is very important to consider because Nora states this regarding hidden content.
The insinuation is that game developers have succeeded in hiding the campaign from data miners since the NES, meaning the parallel universe theory is 38 years old. They've kept it a secret for 38 years.
Is this secret campaign in the room with us right now, Nora? Look, it would be understandable to add a couple of secrets here and there for players to discover. This was a normal practice in old games from the PS1 and PS2 era, like hidden bosses in Final Fantasy games and such. But usually this content was accessible by following a trail of quest lines and obvious hints throughout the game. The point of this, aside from passion for craftsmanship, is always money. Let this be a lesson to all of you poggies. When you're looking for the reason behind a corporate decision, the answer will always be money. Have players talk about it and have other players buy your game.
Bobcat, you're correct. You cannot get into FromSoft's panties. They are wearing a chastity belt. Sorry.
Thanks to this information, make the cost of producing secret extra content profitable because these things take time and money to produce. Being this the case, I want you to ask yourself, what is the point of inaccessible, huge portions of content? The developers would be wasting precious budget and resources into making pieces of content
Hi,
that almost no
Clockwork.
one
Welcome
would
back.
discover nor talk about for the sake of... what? Useless elitism? If not even data miners can find it to spread the rumors and have more people interested in buying their product, why make it at all? And mind you, lack of proof of its existence does not count as proof of its existence. I know this is just me arguing with a clearly mentally unstable person at this point, but I believe that healthy discussions can be achieved by discussing each point and the reasoning behind them rather than simply dismiss it as the delusions of a madman. But the more you read into it, the more you realize that that's what it basically is.
I'm getting my day in court. How will you cope with the truth? I became insane because it's
What about mine, Moros? Eh?
what Hidetaka Miyazaki wanted in the case of Bloodborne. He wanted the players to break the shackles of humanity in the Drained of Blood interview.
And then he proceeds to quote Miyazaki about Bloodborne.
Wait, hang on. I want to read that.
Drained of Blood interview.
And then he proceeds.
The urge to transform into a beast is in conflict with the basic sense of humanity we all have, that humanity serves as a kind of shackle, keeping the transformation in place. The stronger the shackle, keeping the urge to transform in place is, the longer the recoil once that shackle is finally broken. Dude, Misaki, stop. All this talk about shackles. The result will cause you to transform into a larger creature or a more twisted one. The struggle between these two urges is one complete here. You see that pretty clearly with the beast characters designed early on, especially the cleric beast, which serves as their icon of sorts. That connects with the idea that the cleric is really the most fearsome beast of them all. Yeah. Flavor text and world building is proof of content no one has found. Exactly. So...
proceeds to quote Miyazaki about Bloodborne lore. If this person can't tell the difference between in-game lore and real life, then you know that you'll most likely be wasting your time by talking to them. However, like I said, you can...
Yeah, I mean, this is someone who... This is feeling like someone who, went down a crazy fucking rabbit hole. Somebody went down a crazy fucking rabbit hole somewhere and somehow managed to get a lawyer to file a bullshit lawsuit against, I guess, Bandai Namco, because I guess maybe they're the distributors, I'm not sure. Got them to file a frivolous lawsuit because, hey, it's America and you can file the most bullshit lawsuits. Bandai, so it's America, so you can file some of the most bullshit civil lawsuits you can think of. And yeah, the lawyer's getting paid either way, so the lawyer probably said, yeah, sure, why not? I'll do it. Because he's getting paid. Even if the case gets thrown out, he's still making money. So this guy is like a victim of some 4chan rabbit hole. That's what this is sounding like. Like, holy crap. And, no, I will not take my mind out of the gutter. And Moros? Remember what I was talking about earlier when that game asset came up? And what I said? There you go.
Always address these issues semi-seriously and healthily discuss them as long as you don't also fall into their delusion bubble, which is what the District Court of the Massachusetts State seemed to do. Like I mentioned earlier, the lawsuit is real and it's scheduled for court hearing.
It's in Massachusetts. I'm not familiar with how Massachusetts stands in terms of lawsuits against game devs like this. I'm not sure. Clockwork. Is it small claims? Hang on, let me look. Oh, it is small claims. So you know what he's trying to do? Okay, I know what he's trying to do then. What he's trying to do is he doesn't care so much about the money. He's trying to get an admittance in court of that, yes, they are hiding content. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for an admittance. He's not looking for monetary gain. That's probably what the attempt is right here. That's probably he's trying to, this person is trying to do this with the express purpose of trying to get someone from Bandai to openly admit in court, yes, there's hidden game content. Well, yeah, I know it can be overturned by a regular district court, but that feels like what his goal is. That's what it feels like this person's goal is. He's looking to just get them to admit it in open court. It is though. This is someone. You know what? I also want to bet this guy's doing it for internet clout. He's doing it for clout on 4chan. I'll betcha. He wants to do this so he can post he thinks he's gonna get some kind of thing, like court document, where Bandai says he's gonna probably, looking to get some court document where Bandai Namco admits in court that yes, they are hiding content, and he wants to post it to 4chan. I bet that's the entire purpose behind this lawsuit. This lawsuit is one giant clout game or clout attempt, which is fucking stupid because that's a gross abuse of an already overloaded court system. Yard Dog. It's possible it is entirely possible it could be pro se. Don't know. I do not know. He may be able to hire an attorney at no great cost. Yes, Clockwork. Someone is suing Bandai Namco, claiming that there is content hidden away in Elden Ring DLC that's too hard to get to, and not that it's cut. So, yeah, this guy is literally clout chasing into the court system. That's what it feels like. He is clout chasing into the court system, which is incredibly stupid.
On the 25th
I wonder if
of
she's going to
September.
come to this
you
conclusion.
You can look it up yourself if you want, since Nora provided the docket number for it. I believe this to be evidence enough for us to completely disregard the idea of this being a troll post. This man really went all in and wants to sue From Software over a delusion, because even he knows that he doesn't have any evidence for his claims. When inquired about evidence for his claims, this is what he has to say.
Are you familiar with division by zero? The closer an equation gets to zero, the higher the increase of change becomes, approaching infinity.
Actually, that's wrong. Division by zero is when you have a rational equation where x is in the denominator and you keep assigning values to x that approach zero. This behavior is called, in this case, vertical asymptote. As x approaches zero from either the positive or negative direction, the value of y increases or decreases without bound, meaning it tends to positive or negative infinity. This is because division by a number very close to zero results in a very large magnitude of y. The limit of the equation is two intervals from negative infinity to almost zero, and almost zero to positive infinity. And the
Okay, I'm sorry. She's just showing off her math skills right now. This is just funny. She used that just to basically show off her math skills. That's funny. She's making the majority of people watching this video, including myself, feel that much dumber because they're not math smart. I feel like I'm in rat chat right now because a couple of my fuel rats are like math wizards and will sometimes pose math questions, and I'm just sitting here like, I just want to go rescue people. Yeah, mine neither, Tyso. Mine neither.
Funny thing is that, contrary to what he said, the graphical change of the equation gets less and less evident the closer to zero the value gets. Sorry, I had to spurg out.
In this case, we have a whole bunch of hints that there's another world out. No evidence, but these constant hints game developers keep dropping out. For instance, in the case of Sekiro's art book, teasing that he might be a ninja in the other side of the story. In the case of Bloodborne, we see German in the fishing hamlet, in a magazine can, things that haven't been found in their respective games. The first answer is meh. It was cut in development. The real answer is it's a whole new world.
My man, that's just world building. A thing developers and creators do to expand and enrich their imaginary worlds for their fictional stories.
Yes.
It's not a conspiracy theory about deliberately hidden content, but we're not going to convince you, are we? You know, the thing that caught our attention in the beginning was that we thought the guy was suing FromSoft because of the DLC's difficulty, which turned out to be, about 10% true, perhaps? One can make the argument that the dude thinks the game's too hard and he's making excuses on why he can't uncover perceived hidden content, but we don't think that's really the case. This guy's just a loony. However, who knows? Maybe some data miner will discover never-seen-before new secrets in older Souls titles and reveal that all this time this guy was an evil mastermind of sorts. But no, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. At the end of the day, this is just a crazy guy talking crazy shit. Legal experts doubt the lawsuit will succeed, citing the speculative nature of the claims and the challenge of proving consumer deception. At the time of making this goofy, video, data miners have not uncovered evidence of a hidden game within Elden Ring or other From Software titles. Additionally, from a legal standpoint, proving that the game's difficulty constitutes deceptive practice under consumer protection laws will be difficult without substantial evidence, and the plaintiff must demonstrate how this alleged
and that's another thing, is that, you know, is he potentially suing like what she just said, which is deceptive practice, that making the game purposefully extraordinarily difficult and thus being deceptive practice, but that ain't gonna fly either, we all know that.
Deception has harmed consumers. Good luck with that, bro. But yeah, we just wanted to share this batshit crazy story, and we're eager to see how this moves.
Your mouths would drop if you all knew how much unused assets are typically in encrypted archive folders in a lot of video games you all know and love. As an old school modder, I'm intimately familiar with this.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I know that there is a lot of unused assets in older video games. I know there are, so I don't think it'd be terribly shocking. I might get surprised a couple of times, but it's kind of a known fact these days that that every game has a lot of unused assets that's still in the code. They're just never disused.
Forward after the day of the court hearing. That's about it. See ya.
Yeah, that was fun. Like I said, I didn't really know anything about the court case, so I was kind of curious about it, and I kind of got my answer there. And no, I have not played any of the Souls games. I feel like people have said I should try it, but I haven't. I simply haven't tried any of this. Oh, excuse me. I haven't tried any of the Souls games. I just flat out don't have time. That's part of the problem, is I flat out don't have time for a game as involved as Souls. So, Souls games. So, yeah,